Hey there, it's Lance again with Love to Hate. Back again with another solo playthrough. This time, I'm going to be playing Five Nights at Freddy's Survive Till 6 a.m. game. This is from Funko Games. Let's go ahead and take an overhead view. Alright, so here we go. I've got the board set up on the one player side here. And the way this game works is that you have these 4 decks of cards that represent the different cameras that are all scattered throughout Freddy Fazbear's Pizza. Camera 1 is the hallway, camera 2 is Pirate Cove, camera 3 is the dining area, and camera 4 is show stage. And we are here in the office. Now, if you're familiar with the app that Five Nights at Freddy's is based off of, the app that you can play on your phone or tablet, you are the night watchman at Freddy Fazbear's Pizza, and you are trying to make sure that these animatronics don't get into the office where you are because they will eat you, and that's not good. You don't want to be eaten. And so in the app, you had to watch the cameras, listen for sounds, and use your very scarce amount of energy to turn on the cameras, close the doors to protect yourself from the different animatronics. But you couldn't be doing that all the time because you would use too much energy and then run out. And then when you run out of energy, the animatronics will get you. Here in the board game, this is all done through these cards. We flip these cards over, and if they're animatronics or possibly animatronics, there's times in which we're not sure what they are, we will want to react to them using our energy to keep them from moving down towards the office and eventually getting to us. We determine how much energy we're going to use when reacting by rolling these dice here. We roll 1 die per card that we're going to react to, and these dice have 1 blank side, 3 5s, so 5% of energy being used, and 2 10s. So we're more likely to roll a 5 than anything, and then a 10 next, and then the blank. I'll explain the rules as we go along, but essentially we start at midnight, and we have to make it all the way to 6 a.m. So we flip over a card. That's the first thing we do, advance the clock. The next thing we do is flip over the top card on each of these piles. Oh, and we have Freddy. So Freddy is already out and about. All right, so let me explain each of these cards. Most of the cards are going to say, "What was that?" And there will be a number of cards on the card here with an arrow showing you which direction those cards are going to go. This one in particular has an arrow pointing towards the office. So what that means is if I do not react to this card, whatever card is here, whatever card this is going to move forward 1 space. And it just so happens to be the office, and anything that comes into my office, we will reveal immediately. And if it's an animatronic, I automatically lose. Now, as part of setup, we have 12 cards in each pile here, but in this camera 1 hallway pile, there are no animatronics at the beginning of the game. It's just 12 regular cards. In camera 2, Pirate Cove, 11 regular cards, 1 animatronic. So I know there's one here. It's the same for camera 3, the dining area, 11 and 1 animatronic. And then at camera 4, show stage, it is, 10 cards, and 2 animatronics, one of which is Freddy here. So that's the "What was that" card. I probably will not react to this one. I'm going to let this one come into the office because, again, I know that there are no animatronics in this deck, and I'm really only worried about animatronics getting to the office. I'm not worried about anything else. These 2 cards are the same. They say power depletion, usage +5. What that means is whatever I roll on these dice, if I'm going to react to any cards, I'm not only going to have to subtract from my 100% of energy, whatever I roll on these dice, but I'm going to have to add 5 and another 5 because I've got 2 of these cards. So I'm going to have to add 10 to whatever I roll. Not good. What we do when an animatronic comes up is it tells us to flip another card. So I move this card up and I flip another one, and it's a "What was that?" So now I have to react to this whole pile here. If I choose not to, not only will this card act, which is the same as this one, I'll have to move the top card to this pile, which could be an animatronic. But Freddy here, since I'm choosing not to react, he would move forward to the next pile as well and get shuffled into this deck. And that is how the animatronics will move one step closer towards me, and that's not what I want to have happen. I want to keep them as far away from me as possible. So, after I flip all the cards, I then choose to react to either none of the cards, one card in which I roll one green die, two cards in which I'll roll both, and that's it. Those are my only choices. I cannot react to more than two cards. So that being said, I am not going to react to this one. I'm going to let it happen. I don't have to do anything about these two cards. They're just going to hurt me if I choose to react, and I will react to Freddy. So I'm going to let this card act. I move this card forward. It's the office. I reveal it, and it is a double move forward. This is probably the worst card in the game because it can move a card 2 decks forward. So if it comes up here, it would not only move to cam 1, but it would move into the office, and that is really bad. I don't like that. So I'm glad that that one's there. I can go ahead and get rid of that card. These two cards go away as well. I'm just going to have to add 10 to whatever I roll trying to take care of Freddy. So let's see what happens here. And I got a 5. So I'm going to subtract 15 from 100, and this moves down in increments of 5. So I am now at 85%. I get rid of this what was that card because I reacted to it. And thematically what I'm doing there is I'm checking the cameras. What was that? And that uses energy. When I react to animatronics, I'm closing the door, just like in the app. If you're familiar with the app, that was the only way to protect yourself against an animatronic that was right outside the office, was to shut the door closed. And again, that costs energy because the doors are electronic. So I take Freddy and I'm going to put him back into cam 4 show stage, and I will shuffle that deck. And again, there are 2 animatronics at the beginning of the game in this deck, so it's most likely that an animatronic will come up in this pile right here. And that's the end of a round. I advanced the clock 30 minutes. It's now 12:30. Again, I'm trying to survive till 6 a.m. And I flip over the top card on each pile. And I have some new cards. So this is the best card in the game. It's simply a blank room, a camera screen showing me that there's nothing in the room. It's basically a free card. I like that. I have another power depletion usage 5. So this is going to add 5 to any cards that I react to. This one is going to move this top card to the next pile if I don't react to it. Now this is a new one. It still says what was that, but this time the arrow is pointing to a card below, and essentially what it's saying is if I choose not to react to this, I take the next card on the deck and I flip it over, and whatever it is automatically resolves because I chose not to react to this card. So that being said, I think I'm going to let everything happen. I'm not going to react to anything this time because I don't want to use another 5%. So these 2 cards go away. This one will happen. I don't look at this card. I move it 1 pile forward, and I hope that it's not an animatronic. We'll find out here in the next round. This one, we look at the next card, and it says, what was that? With another arrow pointing down. So, unfortunately, I have to I have to resolve this card, and it tells me what was that? 1 arrow forward. So this card is going to move 1 space forward, and hopefully it's not an animatronic. And that's the round. So we go forward 30 minutes. It's now 1 a.m. And I have another blank screen in camera 1. Camera 2 is a what was that? An arrow forward. Camera 3, what was that? Arrow down. And Freddy is back. And when we see Freddy, or any other animatronic, we have to flip another card. All right, so now I have to choose what I'm going to react to. Don't have to worry about that. This would move 1 forward. I don't like that, so I think I'm going to react to this. I like to keep this pile free from animatronics for as long as possible. This one worries me too because it could be a double move and could move an animatronic all the way to hallway 1. I don't like that. I also don't like Freddy being here, but I think I'm gonna let him pass this time. I'm more worried about these 2 cards. I'm gonna take care of these 2. So this one's gonna go away. And I gotta roll both of them. Oh no, the worst thing. 20%. I got 10 on both, so I am down to 65% here. But I did get rid of both of these. Freddy is going to move forward to this deck. I'll shuffle him in 1 second, but first we've got to see what this is. Thankfully, it's a blank screen, so nothing bad there. I spent 20%, and Freddy moved forward 1 room. And now it is 1:30. Let's see what we've got. Another blank screen. So far, camera 1's my best friend right now. What was that? Arrow forward. What was that? Arrow down. And Bonnie. So Bonnie's another animatronic. I do have to flip another card, and it's a what was that double move forward. Yikes. Okay, I got the same choice I had as last round here. And this is bad too, because it's going to move Bonnie 1 space. And I know this isn't an animatronic. I know that now because there was 2 in this deck, and Freddy's already here and Bonnie's there. So this moving forward too is not the worst thing in the world. I think I'm going to let Bonnie slide into camera 3 as well. And I'm going to resolve both of these 2. And I got 5% total. I got a 5 and a blank. So that's pretty good. I'm down to 60% here. That goes away. These 2 will go away. Bonnie's going to move forward 1. And a what was that? I don't look at the card. I just move it 2 piles forward. Again, I know it's not an animatronic, so I think I'm safe there. And Bonnie will get shuffled into camera 3. So part of this game is luck, obviously, with cards, flipping them over, but part of it's also remembering where the animatronics could possibly be and making smart choices as to which cards you let go by and which ones you react to. Because I'm pretty certain I've got 3 animatronics in this pile and 1 in this pile. And I'm fairly positive, almost certain, that there are none. I know there's none in this pile, and I'm fairly certain there's none in this pile. So we go on. It is now 2 a.m. And we flip over cards. What was that? Arrow forward. A blank screen. Another blank screen. And what was that? Moving forward, but there's nothing in this pile, so that's a card I don't even have to worry about. Same with this one. I don't have to worry because there's no animatronics here. And so I'm going to not react to any. So this one will resolve. It moves forward, and since it's in the office, I go ahead and reveal it. And good, it's a power depletion card. Those are really bad, so I'm glad that that is one I don't have to worry about. And I don't have to worry about any of these either. So now camera 4 show stage is empty. There's nothing here. I only have to worry about these first 3 cameras, which is good because now there's only 3 possible cards I have to react to. And it is 2:30 now. All right, what was that? Arrow moving forward. That's great. I don't have to worry about what that card is. What was that? Arrow moving forward. I do have to worry about that. And a blank screen. So I am going to react to 1 card here. And it's a 5. I can live with 5s. I am down to 55%. So this card's gone. This one will resolve, so I'm going to move this one forward. And it's a what was that? Double move forward. So good. I'm glad I'm getting these bad ones out of the way. And the blank screen is fine. That's the end of the round. It is now 3 a.m. I'm halfway there. And I still have 55% energy. So I'm on the plus side here. I'm doing fine so far. Knock on wood. What was that? Arrow down. So that would make this card resolve. What was that double move forward? That's not good. Because if this is an animatronic and I don't react to this, it's game over. Automatic loss, because an animatronic would get to the office. And another blank screen. All right, well, I'm definitely reacting to this card. Now, I probably won't react to this one, but I may want to, because I do want to keep cards in this deck for as long as possible, because if this deck runs out, then all the other decks move forward one space, which means that the animatronics that are in this deck are only one step away. So it could be to my benefit to not let this go, because I will keep one more card in this pile, and I know there's no animatronics here. So the choice is, do I possibly spend up to 10% just to take care of that and keep that card there? I think I'm going to. I think it's better to keep more cards here. So I'm going to resolve both of these two. And hopefully I don't get 20% here. I got 10. 10 total. I can live with that. I am down to 45%. And that helps me by keeping an extra card here in this pile. So I just avoided this running out for one more turn. All right, so it's 3:30 now. It's a blank screen on camera 1. Another what was that double move forward. And a what was that move 1 forward. All right, so now I'm starting to get low on energy. I'm at 45%, so I'm starting to have to make some difficult choices here. I obviously have to take care of this card. I think I'm going to let this one slide. I'm going to let whatever this is move a space forward and deal with it next round. So I'm going to react to one card. I'm going to roll the blank instead of the 10. And it's a 5. 5s are good. All right, I'm at 40%, keeping camera 2 as far away as possible. So we're going to let this one go, and whatever this is moving into Pirate Cove. We will find out very soon what that is. All right, it's 4 a.m. 2 hours to go. Unfortunately, it's my last card here in camera 1. And it's a what was that down arrow. There's nothing there. I don't have to worry about that card. This is the one that moved forward. It's Freddy. Shoot. He got through. I do have to flip another card. And it was a what was that double move forward. All right, well, that stinks. Because if I chose not to react to Freddy, he would have moved forward, which is what was going to happen anyway, because there's no cards left here and this whole pile was going to move forward. So it was actually a good thing that Freddy came up, because I wasn't going to resolve him. I wasn't going to react to him. That whole pile was going to move forward. But now that this card has come up, I have to react to it, because if this is an animatronic, it will move to the office and that could kill me. That stinks. All right. And I got a free space there with the camera, the empty screen. So I'm going to react to one. Would have been nice to not have to react to any. And I got a 5. So I'm down to 35% here. And that card will go away, as will these two. Freddy's going to move forward, but so is the whole entire deck, as well as this deck. And so I am down to 2 decks here. I'll tell you guys, I'm feeling pretty good. I've played this game a handful of times now, and this may be the best that I've ever done. This is not an easy game per se. It's 4:30, and I have 35% energy left, so let's see what happens here. Freddy's back again. And I flip another card, and power depletion +5. That's not good. And another +5. Well, I have to resolve it. I can't let Freddy get to me. And I'm going to have to add 10 to whatever I roll. Hopefully it's not a 10. It's blank. All right, well that's good. I still have to take the 10, so I'm down to 25%. And Freddy will go back to his deck here. All right. 5 a.m. 2 more rounds left. Another power depletion. And Chica. So Chica's another animatronic. And it is a what was that? Move things forward 1. I only have 1 more round after this. And I think it's in my best interest to go ahead and let things pass this time rather than have to spend possibly 15% energy here. So I think I'm going to let things resolve. I'm not going to react to anything. So Chica will move forward to this pile. This one will go as well, and I will take the last card in camera 2 and move it forward. So I know I have all 4 animatronics right here in camera 1. They are right outside my door. All right, and it is 5:30. 30 minutes to go. And then I am off the clock and I get to go home alive. Hopefully it's not an animatronic. Let's see. Oh, it's a what was that double move forward. Well, I'm going to have to react to it because I don't want this to be an animatronic and kill me. And the highest I can roll here is a 10, and I have 25%. So it looks like I am going to be victorious because I'm going to spend 5% energy to check the camera here to make sure that this little animatronic isn't going to get me, and that is the end. It is 6 a.m. and I have survived. Let's see what this was. It was Bonnie, so if I hadn't reacted to it, I would have lost. Bonnie would have ate me up. All right, that's the game. Let's go back up top and we'll close this out. All right, so there you have it. That was 5 Nights at Freddy's Survive Till 6 a.m. game. Again, this was from Funko Games. It is a short and sweet game. Can be played solo or 2 players. We may try to do a 2-player playthrough too to show you what that looks like. But until next time, I'm Lance, and this is Love to Hate. We'll catch you next time.